Can I get any of you cunts a drink?
It's Colin Hughes. He's pub manager. I got into pub managing. I was a student in Bristol. I was working in the pub part time. So when I finished university, like a lot of people, didn't really know what I wanted to do. So just kind of kept working in the pub. Was offered the assistant manager's position. So just sort of fell into it really. Enjoyed it from the whole time I was behind the bar. So just continued with it.
Just got it. Big message today
then. The highs of working as a pub manager would definitely be is the social side of it, the people you meet, and you know it's a very active job. Yeah, I just think I don't think I could really handle an office job just being cooped up all the time. So you know, for me personally, it's ideal. On the flip side, the downs would probably be the working hours. It's you know, it's very. We're saying it's a sociable job, but then it's unsociable hours compared to what other people. So it's long hours, it's long days, late nights, early mornings. So that's probably the biggest downside for me.
Like lack of sleep. What a bunch of bollocks!
Obviously, it's just opening up and securing the building, make sure all the alarms set off. It's not going to go off, etc. Main job in the morning will be to check all the cash and maybe some stock as well to make sure the staff aren't stealing, etc. Be a case of just getting the tills in, getting the pub set up ready to go, which obviously is not my responsibility. That would be more down to the staff. Other things to do in the morning. Obviously, before I even get here, the cleaners have already been in and tidied up the mess from the night before. Once the pub open, I also have to take the pub's money to the bank every day. And then serve customers and sell beer and sell food. I've got a full-time chef, so he obviously looks after all the kitchen side of it, so there's a lot of prep work that goes into that prior to opening. We have two beer deliveries a week here. That's on a Monday and a Friday. Food deliveries, we can get them every day. We usually place about 3 or 4 a week. Any other deliveries we have would be the crisp man who brings just the snacks. That's about it, regards deliveries. People we get in the registry are tax dodging pissheads basically. No, actually it's mainly students. We do get a small local clientele coming in, but then they're usually of an alternative nature. That's the sort of crowd we attract due to the music we have, the bands we have. I think the pub's just always had that alternative reputation, so that's mainly the crowds we get in.
I love her. I love her in my heart. Yep. I'm a doorman, I work in registry. It's the easiest pub in Portsmouth to work in, and I've worked in several. Basically, most of the clientele, the students, grungers, rockers, babies. They're left home for the first time, sort of like thrown a pair, come out, had a few bevies, fit with a man. It's like a case of, no, sorry, no, not in my pub. It's time to go home if you had enough to drink. They hardly get any trouble, but it's dealt with quite easily. It's like, if they were chavvy wankers or big sort of like fuckwits, then you basically ask them once, then you remove them. Well, as they're students mostly, you have to explain to them in baby talk why it's time for them to go home.
Okay, that's big sides of the job. Obviously on busy nights we do employ door staff, so you know we have up to a team of 4 door staff. It's more of a problem for me when obviously there's no door staff on, because I have to directly, you know, confront these people. And obviously we do get a lot of training on it by the company, and it's all just about remaining calm but firm in what you say to them. So, you know, don't back down to people, but don't, you know, a lot about your body language and just the way you talk to them. Make sure you're not confronting them, you're not confrontational with them. So that's mainly the 2 things to remember, is just to be firm but calm.
And then after a few minutes of explaining to them, then you gently ease them out of the door. In order for me not to ease you out the door, you really have to fuck up. You really truly have to be stupid and fuck up. They're like, swing at me. That's not a good move. Doesn't happen very often. In fact, I think it's happened twice in the past 2 years.
With it being a student pub, we usually have quite a high turnover of staff, so what we tend to do at the start of every year is we hold an audition day, which is a bit different to probably what other pubs do. So we'll get everyone in on the one day, make them play a few group exercises, a few silly games and stuff, so it's just so we can monitor how they sort of react in that situation. And it's also good for the people you do take on. They've already met each other prior to starting work and formed a bit of a bond, so it's good that they form a team before they actually start working behind the bar. Once we're into the student year, it's just a case then of if people do leave, then will usually just be one-to-one interviews, or a friend of a friend, which quite often happens in the pub trade. Can my friends have a job? So it's usually the way it works here. For the immediate future, I'll be looking to stay as a pub manager maybe for the next 5 years or so. Maybe look towards a different brand. Obviously, I work with Scream now, which is student orientated. Maybe as I get a bit older, look to do something, with another brand, maybe a country pub, something like that. Obviously, I feel I'm getting a little bit old for the clientele we have now, so I want to be an old man sat at the end of the bar with me, pints of bitter. And beyond that, maybe look into the corporate side of it, so some sort of work a head office, whether it be an area manager or on a promotion side, something along those lines.